Now at 9, the House of Representatives voted on the release of the Epstein files. Find out the results of this historic vote.
And how this year's flu season could be worse than last year's. We have the details.
Plus, how one Muncie organization is giving residents a fresh start. Find out more on how a better way affects the community.
And how one Muncie local is using home cooking to feed the community. Find out about how she provides for those around her.
Now I'm tracking heavy clouds. NewsLink Indiana starts now.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Peyton Mucker.
And I'm Allison Branicki.
The House overwhelmingly passed a bipartisan bill to compel the Justice Department to release all of its case files tied to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. It's a dramatic turnaround after months of GOP infighting. The House voted 427-1 to advance the measure. Republican Congressman Clay Higgins of Louisiana was the only member to vote against it. The measure now heads to the Senate, where Republican leaders must quickly decide if they will send it to President Donald Trump's desk. In a stark reversal of his position, Trump has said he'll sign the bill if Congress passes it. It comes after he called the issue a, quote, Democratic hoax, end quote, for months.
Flu season was bad last year, and we could be in for a repeat. We're seeing the likelihood of a second severe flu season in a row because of lagging vaccinations and a new mutated strain. The strain is called subclad K and is behind early stages in the United Kingdom, Canada, and Japan. Last winter, the U.S. had its highest rates of flu hospitalizations in nearly 15 years. At least 280 children died of influenza, the highest number on record going back to 2004.
One organization is giving Muncie residents a fresh start. NewsLink Indiana's Cameron No found out what this means to the community.
Is who you choose to surround yourself with and what makes you who you are.
A Better Way creates a home for people in crisis. It isn't the roof over their head, it's the people creating it. Executive Director Teresa Clemens has been with A Better Way for 30 years. A moment that stuck with her was when a young teenager was staying in the shelter and was really struggling with his situation. Clemens realized what the mission was and knew this is where she belonged.
And I just remember going home that day and thinking, wow, no kid should feel like that ever. And so it made me know we have to keep going.
A Better Way strives to reduce domestic abuse, sexual assault, suicide, and homelessness. They provide case management for sexual assault and domestic violence, a crisis hotline, and a shelter where survivors are able to tell their stories.
It's terrifying to hear that and hear that stuff actually that happens in movies is happening behind closed doors and you wouldn't even know it.
For Ashley Gore, she says it's important to remember some days will be harder than others, but prioritizing her mental health and self-care is how she gets through it. Being a trusted person in some of the most vulnerable moments is why she continues to show up. Sometimes they aren't ready to talk about it, and Teresa Clemens reminds her clients it's on their terms and that the end isn't the end, it's a new start.
Just know we care about you and we'll sit here with you as long as it takes till you're ready, and then we'll move forward.
In Muncie, Cameron No, NewsLink, Indiana.
For more information, visit their website. But if you or someone you know is in crisis, call their crisis hotline at 765-747-9107.
With the cutting of food stamps, this Muncie local has taken it into her own hands to help feed the community. NewsLink Indiana's Noah Laya stopped by to learn more.
Muncie resident Peyton Schote has a lot on her plate, literally. However, she is still putting in the time to help out her community. And while it is a big task, she is following her heart and her faith to get food onto the tables of the community and show what love thy neighbor really means to her.
Working full-time, being a full-time graduate student, making meals, tending to the house, it's very busy, but it's very rewarding. And like I said earlier, I couldn't do it without Jesus.
However, helping out the people of Muncie who are in need touches close to home for Schote, as she herself is currently living off of one income. And with the cut of food stamps, she knows how many people are being affected.
I completely understand financial struggles. I understand going without food. I understand being hungry. I get it. It's not easy. And I have the access to the means to help, so I want to help.
While Sho has experienced it herself, she strives to make that difference for others, making about 3 to 5 extra meals a night and hopes of doing more in the future. And by doing this, she is hoping for a snowball effect that gets the whole community involved and being there for one another.
The biggest thing is to just help out if you can. It is a hard time for everyone. If everyone could just band together, we can make a huge impact. So just do what you can.
In Muncie, Noah Lyda, NewsLink, Indiana.
If you are in need of assistance, there are food pantries, soup kitchens, and many local members of the community who are looking to help.
It is nearing the end of the football season and the end of the first semester, but 2 student athletes are staying in Muncie to make connections while working for the community.
Unlike many other students, student athletes Carson Holmer and Cole Stumbaugh are staying in Muncie to work and connect with the community. Holmer and Stumbaugh have been doing this work since last year, and with their experience in football, they can get more outreach than others to help those in need.
Knowing that some of our customers aren't necessarily able to do the tasks, and knowing that we have the youthfulness, the ability to do it, we kind of want to get out and make that connection.
One woman who has worked with the two before, Melissa McDaniel.
It is a fantastic job. I mean, these people need help for disabled veterans, and what they're doing for the community is wonderful. Word needs to get spread around.
One man who has hired the two to move furniture for him is J.R. Brown, a veteran.
We don't have the moving companies that we used to have here in Muncie. If you want something moved, you either own a truck or you gotta go to U-Haul and rent one.
Stumbaugh says while the two players are hoping to make extra money, they also want to bring light to people's lives.
Got a lot of great people along the way, just helping out people, making them happy, making us happy. And me and Carson have gotten closer with all the jobs that we've done, and just bringing the community together as a whole, along with Ball State, has been huge for us and making everybody happy.
In Muncie, Landon Jones, NewsLink, Indiana.
Holmer and Stumbaugh also said they wanted to thank strength and conditioning coach TJ Greenstone for their ability to be in good physical shape to do this kind of work for the community. Well, Allison, holidays are right around the corner, so I guess, what's your travel plan looking like?
Wow, I have a long drive back to Illinois. It's approximately 4 hours from where I'm from, so it's got a lot of driving. We'll see how the weather will be.
Right. Well, yeah, let's go take it over to Trey and see what are we expecting for some of those weather temperatures.
Looking at our current temperatures right now, it's 44 degrees in both Muncie and Lafayette. Down south it's 45 degrees in Indianapolis. Up north it is the coldest, with it being 39 in South Bend, and then down south it is 57 degrees in Evansville. Now looking at the 24-hour temperature change, Muncie gained 2 temperatures, Lafayette gained 5. Our hottest is Terre Haute with it gaining 12 temperatures, and Indianapolis lost 1 degree. Now looking at what we're tracking right now, we're tracking cold temperatures, winds are picking up, and there is a prolonged rainfall, and then find out more at the full forecast.
Coming up, one Muncie bookstore is on the move. Find out more on what this means.
And Disney announced a live-action adaptation of Moana. See the details on the upcoming film.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Welcome back. Now, do you go to downtown Muncie, love to read a good book, or even want to look around at some rare artifacts? Well, Muncie Book Center is making a change downtown. NewsLink Indiana's Essence Eaton went to the book center to ask what changes are going on.
Muncie Book Center has a long history. It started with Larry Lee Swire and Edna Carmen Swire, the parents of the current owner, Brian Keith Swire. They opened stores in Richmond, Kokomo, Newcastle, Ohio, and other locations in antique malls and flea markets.
The bookstore is closing at this point in time so that I can take on other opportunities in downtown Muncie to sell books and literature and kind of revitalize what we've done for over 53 years.
Jack, an employee, has been working at the book center for a year and talks about how excited he is for the new store downtown.
We're very excited about taking the literature to the community instead of trying to bring the community to us. And if the reception's well, I'd really like to see it having a weekly, just neighborhood route where it goes around to different neighborhoods on different days of the week, as well as the events and everything.
He is now closing Muncie Bookstore in his family's name. Brian says he's looking at outreach programs so he can add a bookmobile that can go to schools and nursing homes. He says the goal is to have books going to people in the community rather than people coming and getting books. And Muncie, Essence Eaton, NewsLink, Indiana.
For more information on the new location, go to the Muncie Book Center on Facebook.
Disney released the first look at next year's live-action adaptation of Moana. 17-year-old Kathleen Lagaya is the new lead in the musical adventure. Dwayne Johnson returns as the demigod Maui. At nearly 10 years, this will be Disney's quickest turnaround between an animated movie and a live-action remake. The animated Moana came out in November 2016. It grossed more than $643 million at the global box office. Last year's sequel brought in a massive $1.1 billion. Moana sails into theaters on July 10, 2026.
After his wife passed, my neighbor Larry started drinking a lot. He was in distress and acting out. He had guns around, and I didn't want anything bad to happen. I pressed pause. Our local authorities filed a firearm restraining order to temporarily remove the guns. It gave Larry the time he needed to get help. It wasn't easy, but we got through it together. Learn more at illinois.gov/pause to heal.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. Looking at our current temperatures right now, it is 44 degrees in both Muncie and Lafayette. 45 degrees in Indianapolis. Up north will be our coldest, with it being 39 degrees in Fort Wayne. Then down south, it is our hottest, with it being 48 in Terre Haute. Now, zooming into the Muncie area, you could see 44 degrees in both Muncie and Farmland. Up north, we could see 41 degrees in Marion and Hartford City, with it being 43 in both Anderson and Newcastle, and then 41 degrees down in Richmond. Now, looking at the 24-hour temperature change, Muncie gained 2 temperatures. Fort Wayne lost 3 degrees. Indianapolis lost 1 degree, and then Terre Haute gained a whole 12 degrees over the 24 hours, so it might be pretty hot. But looking at today's almanac, today's high is 51 degrees, which is pretty average because the average high is 55 degrees. The record high was actually 74 degrees back in 2016, so thankfully we don't live in that time anymore. And then looking at tonight's forecast, we could see some light rain with it being 38 degrees. The wind is blowing nice and calm, but with those clouds and that rain, the colder weathers might be picking up both today and tomorrow. Now, looking at tomorrow's forecast at 8 a.m., it's going to be 39 degrees with some cold winds, but it's going to be cloudy all throughout tomorrow. Around 12 p.m., that sun is going to come out for a little bit, making the temperature hotter with it being 44 degrees. And then at 5 p.m., it'll be the hottest for tomorrow with it being 47 degrees, and those clouds are going to come back. And looking at these wind gusts, you can see the winds are going to be blowing through Muncie and then through Winchester. Around 8:30 tomorrow morning, you can see 16 miles per hour in Muncie, 14 miles per hour in Winchester and Portland, and then down south, it is 15 miles per hour. So when you're taking those morning walks to class, you might want to grab a hat, might want to hold on to it because it might blow away. Now, throughout the day, and then going into Thursday and then late Friday, you can see those winds are definitely dying down into some calmer 3 miles per hour, 6 miles per hour weather changes starting on Friday. But speaking of Friday, looking at the precision cast, we have some chances of rain. You can see in the northern half of Muncie, we're in this dark green area. Those clouds are going to be coming in from the west side, and it's going to be bringing in some rainy weather with that. And then it'll continue until Saturday afternoon around 8 p.m., and it'll clear up Sunday morning, so those suns are going to come out. Looking at the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, you can see we're still in the above average zone. We're still in that red zone right here, but up in the northwest, we can see there's some below average winds coming in around the Washington, Canada region. So hopefully we'll be getting that colder weather soon, with it being Christmas coming up. And then looking at a 7-day forecast, Wednesday through Friday will be clouds, and then it'll be heating up around Saturday, Sunday with those suns coming out. And then around Monday, it'll be the hottest, with it being 56 degrees. And then Tuesday, we have a 40% chance of rain, and those windy temperatures might be dying down with those cooler air coming in, getting ready for that Christmas season. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I am ready for that Thanksgiving, Christmas season. I've been waiting for it all year. Do you guys have any family plans?
Really for me, just going home, spending some time with my family, spending some time with my girlfriend's family, but it's going to be a great time overall.
Yeah, I'll be back at home and definitely bundling up for sure.
Oh yeah, me too.
Well, thank you so much, Trey. There's lots more to get to on NewsLink Indiana. Josh Gabbard has a preview of sports.
Thanks, Peyton and Allison. One Ball State team celebrated their senior night, while one NFL player's altercation has left him with a suspension. All this and more next in sports.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing we do to keep us focused.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game?
To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health.
Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health.
Find the resources you need to keep your mental health a priority.
Love your mind.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things. This is pre-tirement.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff.
You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Josh Gabbard with sports. As their season came to a close, Ball State women's volleyball obtained 2 MAC weekly honors. Sophomore Carson Tyler was awarded MAC Offensive Player of the Week for the 4th time this year. The outside hitter averaged a league-high 5.92 points per set in the Card Series against Central Michigan last week. Tyler also notched 4 aces in the series to move her season total to 36. The other 2 of these awards came from Lindsey Green and Reese Axness as Setter Pair of the Week. After 75 combined assists and a .293 attack percentage in 2 games, the duo also won the honor for the 4th time this season. Keeping things on the court, last Friday night, Ball State women's volleyball paid tribute to the seniors on their team. NewsLink Indiana's Max Wheeley dug up the players' feelings after playing their last game ever at home.
In spite of having to think about the next game potentially being their last, none of the seniors lost sight of the final goal of the season, participating in the NCAA tournament for the 12th time in program history. Noelle Von Oort, a 2-time All-American during her collegiate career, perfectly embodies the resilience of this team.
This team is so special, and I don't think there's a single person on the team that isn't hungry and ready for this postseason. We're going into the tournament, peaking at the right time with our team. We've never stopped growing as a team.
The historic performance of this year's team, finishing 17-1 in the Mid-American Conference, isn't the only thing making the squad so special, as this group seems to have developed quite a unique chemistry. Right side Christian Ashby arrived this season from Alabama State and immediately adapted to the brand new environment.
There are times in the locker room where we would just laugh and crack jokes all the way up until practice and even after practice. And every away game, it was always so fun.
The senior night was the occasion for the seniors to say their farewells to the Ball State organization. Quite an emotional moment for the entire roster, who made sure to celebrate the players on their way out. Despite not playing this year due to injuries, outside hitter Katie Eganoff still felt how special this season was.
Every day is another blessing, another opportunity to be able to play the game I love, and although I wasn't able to play this year, it has made me even appreciate more how much this program is and how much these girls mean to me.
In Muncie, Max Wheeley, NewsLink Indiana.
Switching to the gridiron, Cincinnati Bengals Pro Bowl wide receiver Jamar Chase has been suspended for 1 game by the NFL. The league said the action is for Chase's unsportsmanlike conduct during Sunday's game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Chase got into a verbal altercation with Steelers cornerback Jalen Ramsey. Ramsey said Chase then spit on him during the altercation, which the wide receiver initially denied. But video appeared to show that he did spit on Ramsey. Keeping it with the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys honored the late Marshawn Nealon, who passed away earlier this month. Head coach Brian Schottenheimer and many of the coaching staff sported a shirt with Nealon's face on it. All of the Dallas players added stickers with Nealon's number 94 to the back of their helmets, which they will keep for the remainder of the season. The Cowboys also set up a locker for Nealon in his memory pre-game. The Cowboys would go on to defeat the Raiders 33-16. Peyton, Allison, it has been so much fun watching the women's volleyball team this year. 17-1 in the MAC, and they won it outright for the regular season.
I know, it's impressive, and it's awesome to see that much talent. I could never do it.
Volleyball is such an exciting game to watch. There's something happening every minute, and also just like all the action that goes on just to score 1 point is insane.
Speaking of that action, we're moving into MACtion now. We have the MAC tournament coming up for that chance to play in the NCAA. It'll be exciting to see our ladies compete.
There's a lot to look forward to. Well, thank you so much, Josh. Coming up, Radley Richmond has your campus coverage.
And one final look at your weather.
My son, Ricky, took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me in ways that I never knew that I could be broken. And I contemplated suicide. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe. Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over.
Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first, we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. My name is Radley Richmond, and this is your campus coverage. At Ball State, some student stories didn't always start in America. I took a trip to learn more.
Though Ball State may seem to be a world of its own, it's also home to an array of cultures around the globe. Hosting international students from Ghana to the United Kingdom, Ball State is represented by multiple different countries. Monday evening, the Rinker Center for Global Affairs hosted iFest, a celebration of lifestyles from international countries. International student Adam McLean believes the Ball State community is a great host to foreign cultures.
It's been great, honestly. People at Ball State are fantastic, really nice, supportive, everybody I speak to, offers me something, usually.
Booths were presented by international students, faculty, as well as students who are involved in foreign culture clubs and study abroad programs. Students were able to make crafts, eat foreign delicacies, and answer trivia questions. Director of International Student Success, Vanessa Lanning, believes awareness to worldly cultures makes Ball State a better place for all.
Yeah, so I think part of my job as the Director of International Student Success is to make sure that our international students have the best possible experiences that they can have while they're here on campus. And I think one of the best ways that we can do that is through intercultural experiences like this.
Over 100 students attended the 2025 iFest. With 14 booths from 14 different countries, iFest brought the best kind of culture shock to Ball State. In Muncie, Radley Richmond, NewsLink, Indiana.
At iFest, culture comes without border. For more information, visit the Rinker Center for Global Affairs website. I think out of all the places I've been into, exploring cultures, exploring food, this has been one of the most dynamic, exploring 14 different cultures all in one, trying their food, trying their crafts. It was an absolutely amazing experience.
That's awesome to see them all kind of combined together all in one place.
Yes, and hearing over 100 students, that seemed really exciting.
It was such an amazing event to be a part of, absolutely.
Well, hey, thank you so much, Radley. All right, and now let's take it back over to Trey with your final weather.
Thank you, anchors. Looking at the weather right now, Wednesday through Friday, those clouds are going to be coming in with a 60% chance of rain on Friday, with it being 55 degrees. Saturday through Sunday, the clouds are going to be coming up with the weather being in the mid-50s to the mid-60s. And then on Tuesday, we have a 40% chance of rain, and that weather is going to be coming back down to the 51-degree range.
Definitely not ready for any of that rain.
Oh, me neither. It's going to be pouring us heavy during the next few days.
Even just walking over today, I had my umbrella, and it was also windy too. It was about to flip upside down.
But yeah, I'm wearing all my hats because it's so cold out. I'm scared that it's gonna fly straight off.
Oh yeah, you're lucky you have hats. Like, I don't have one yet. I mean, I used to have a beanie, but my dog got to it, so it's in the trash right now.
And you know what? Hoodies work just as well.
I've lost my beanie about, I'd say 6 times.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to pick up a few more. Do you have any recommendations?
Amazon. That's where I get all my stuff.
That's a good one. What about you?
I don't have any hats, no. I've been using hoodies and my umbrella.
Okay.
All right, well, let's hope everyone's prepared. Thank you so much, Trey. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page, YouTube channel, and WCRD 91.3.
And for news anytime, anywhere, just go to cardinalmediabsu.com. Have a great night and stay safe.